What's up, guys? Retro Extreme 79 back on camera for you. Here with my newest pickup video. It's been a couple of weeks, of course, since my last video. So without further ado, let's jump on in. So let me start off with a few things that I got at the thrift store. There were a couple of CDs there and a couple of games. So these were all 90 cents a piece. The CDs were Bret Michaels' Rock My World. Let me take rid of that lighting for you guys. Bret Michaels' Rock My World. I was born in 79, so I was the 80s/90s kid. So I always was a fan of rock back in the day and the glam bands, and I was a big fan of Poison. And I know Bret Michaels did a solo thing and had his actual TV show. What was it called? Rock of Love for a few seasons, but I've always been a big fan, and for 90 cents, I didn't have this, so I'm glad to pick it up. Another good CD is Daughtry. This is the guy that was on American Idol. Did not win, but produced a few good hits, including my personal favorite, Home. And that also was 90 cents. Alrighty, come on. Alright, that's that. And then I picked up two games, also 90 cents. For the Sega Dreamcast, I picked up Virtual Tennis. Okay, and of course that was in the CD section of the thrift store. It is complete. And yeah, pretty good condition. And another game I picked up at that same thrift store was for PlayStation, Dragon Tales, Dragon Seek. And as I said before, guys, the thrift stores have been pretty dry. That's why my videos aren't popping up like every week like they used to be. I was just happy to find this in the CD section, and for 90 cents I had to pick it up. So, yep, I got those right there. So that was pretty cool to get. Now, then my mother, who lives on the north side of the city, called me while I was at work and told me they had a system there, but it was like 1590 something, 1598. And I just said plug it in somewhere and make sure it works. And I guess she did, because when I went to visit her, she had the system and I paid her back for it. So let's get into that right now. She got me the Sega Dreamcast. As you can see, it's $15.98. They got it in on April 24th. Comes with a controller. The hookups right there. The AV cables are right there. And it actually came with the game. And pop it open. It came with disc 1 of Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare. So, yeah, a little bonus there. Very good shape. I guess it's a 2-disc game, but yeah, $15.98 with 1 disc and a controller. I got another system to my collection. Now, I had this game actually in my collection a while back, but I gave my old Dreamcast to my nephew during the holiday season, and that was my only one, but that was one of the things that he wanted. So I gave him my Dreamcast, and I gave him one Genesis that I ended up buying off Craigslist, because the one I had originally didn't work. So yeah, I spoil my cousin like that sometimes. So yeah, so now I got it back. Happy to get it back, and it's kind of cool. I got the Virtual Tennis game, so now I got a couple of games to go with it. So that's pretty cool. And then today, it's Saturday, and weather's a little bit warmer outside. Really didn't have nothing to do with on the agenda today, so I decided to drive by a location where last year they had like the flea market on Saturdays and I think Sundays, but we went on Saturdays a lot. So I said, screw it, let's go and let's see if they have anything there. So, or if the flea market is taking place rather. So we went, and sure enough, the flea market was taking place. And for the first time in a while, I feel pretty happy with what I got. So let me start off with a couple of non-gaming related items. Excuse me. I got a couple of old He-Man figures. I got, this guy's called Blade. He is from the Series 6 of the original He-Man and the Masters of the Universe figure line. From what I understand, he might be a little bit harder to find. But yeah, I saw him there, and the lady wanted $1 for all her figures, so yeah, I'm happy to get this guy to my collection. You know, I try to collect He-Man and Thundercats and Turtles when I can, but they're like so much harder to find around here than games are. So just to get this into my little figure collection is awesome. Blade. And then I picked up He-Man himself. Now, if you look at He-Man, you're probably thinking to yourself, this guy's not fucking He-Man. But this He-Man actually is from the when they made the New Adventures of He-Man back in 1990. That's when the original He-Man ended, and they made this one where like him and Skeletor like are in outer space. I didn't really watch it too much. I was a huge fan of the original ones, but I didn't watch the New Adventures of He-Man too much. But still very cool to get this guy for $1. So I'm happy to get this guy. So yeah, $1 each, $2 for that at that little flea market. Then I went to a booth where a guy had a bunch of games, Super Nintendo and Xbox 360 and some 64 games. And luckily he wasn't asking too much, $5 a piece. So you probably saw it a little earlier on, but for $5 I picked up Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I already got a double of this, so this could be up for trade. Pretty good condition. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And then I picked up for $5 also Super Mario World. I think I don't know if I have this. So I know I got one copy, but I may or may not be wanting to part with this. I know I got like an empty box. So yeah, I gotta get back to you on that. But yeah, for $5 each, happy to get Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Mario World at that same flea market where I got the figures. Now, the best deal and the last deal that I want to show you guys happened. I went to a guy's booth and he had everything lined up. And right away, you know, because of my luck, I'm thinking, shit, another fucking reseller. But this guy was actually pretty generous with the stuff. So let me just show you what I got. He had a bunch of games lined up, but I picked a few. And yeah, let me just show you what I got. First game I picked up was The Jungle Book. Now, it looks like, there's like a little bit of sun damage. Like the label's kind of fading away. Because look at this. It looks colorful, right? Now when you do this, it looks like it's kind of faded away by the sun, like they've been sitting out there. So that's one game I picked out. Next game I picked out was the NES game, Dick Tracy. Now again, if you look at the label, it looks like it's been a little bit faded by the sun, like they've just been sitting there. The card doesn't look too bad, it looks pretty decent actually, but a little bit of sunlight label damage, if you want to call it that. But still, I don't got it, and happy to have it into my collection. This game's actually in good shape. Toy Story Racer. I'm a huge fan of all the Toy Story movies, and I never did play this, but it looks pretty fun. Maybe one day I'll just sit down and see what it's all about. And yeah, there we go. And then the last game I picked out. Again, a little bit of sunlight damage to the label, so you could probably, I don't know how good you could tell, but to me it's like a little light damage. Like the label's not peeling or anything, but it's just like a little sun damage. The card itself, it's okay, got a little stain there I can probably get off. But yeah, pretty cool. So I got these, and then he had a 64 system that he had, which was just a system, no controllers or anything. And he had another system. I didn't want the 64, but he wanted 15 for the 64. And anyways, he had a Super Nintendo, which is this one right here. So if you look at it, it's got like a third-party controller. It's got the coax AV cable, the adapter. And as you can see, it works. I tried it out, but it's yellow, like piss yellow. But for the price he was giving it to me for, with the controller and these 4 games, he gave this all to me right here for $25. So for $25, I got a yellow but working Super Nintendo with the controller and these 4 games. So I think that was a pretty good deal considering, how these things go for, even on eBay and the Shop Goodwill, which is like another version of eBay. Ridiculous, by the way. Something like this probably costs for $50, $60 in this condition with no games. So I'm happy to get this for $25. I'm happy with this because I've been having no kind of luck and just bullshit, all around months now and weeks where I barely can find anything. So I'm happy to get that. There was one other thing I think I wanted to show you guys. I'm just thinking about it right now. I wanted to save this for last, but now I actually remember that I got a couple of other games that I bought from the thrift store myself since my last video. Nothing special. I picked up an NES game, Hoops. It was half price, so it was like about $1.50. So that was pretty cool. And somebody Costco paid, I believe, $22 back in the day. It's not even worth $1 anymore. So I just picked that up because I don't have it. At least not a loose copy. And lastly, Super Slam Dunk for $2.98. Again, I paid half price for this. So I just picked it up because, you know, like I said, games have been harder to find in my area until today when I got this stuff. And then my mom called me about the Dreamcast. So I just, you know, pretty much it. So that's my pickups for my latest video here, guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. And until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later. Keep it a retro. Keep going to those thrift stores and flea markets. And keep checking Craigslist because once in a while you find a good deal, believe it or not. And until next time, guys, please sub. Comments may or may not be disabled because of that troll. And I will talk to you all later. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it.